I will teach you in this video how to exactly determine the ideal testing budget for your brand, or how to test with any budget that you might have. So first of all, let's look at how to determine your ideal testing budget. The way you want to test is by spending maximum 2 to 3 times of your desired cost per acquisition on a new ad or on a new concept. If you think why, well, that's because after spending 2 to 3 times of your desired cost per acquisition, it is mathematically very unlikely that performance will suddenly turn around and an unprofitable ad will turn profitable, or a profitable ad will suddenly turn unprofitable. So to explain this, let's quickly run through an example. Let's say your AOV is $80 and your ROAS target with that is 2.0. Now what's your desired cost per acquisition? It would be $40, because if you spend $40 and get a purchase at 2 ROAS for $80, you have 2x your money. Now our rule says 2 to 3 times of your desired cost per acquisition. So this means for this specific example, 2 times 40, so minimum $80, and 3 times 40, maximum $120. If you're wondering at this point why is it a range and not a definite number, well, it's because often spending 2 times of your desired cost per acquisition is enough. You will see, okay, this is actually profitable, or it's way below break even, then you can just cut it. But in some cases you will see that the ROAS is very close to break even, either slightly above or slightly below. In that case, you want to just spend up to 3 times the cost per acquisition to be sure if this ad is actually a profitable ad and a positive driver for your ad account or not. Now, if you're about to spend those $80 to $100 to make a judgment about your test, make sure that you don't spend it in less than 3 days. This is simply because it could be the weekend, it could be some holiday, it could be just a bad, unlucky day within the week. And if you just say, okay, so I need to spend like $80 to $120 for this test, and you set the budget to $80, you just spend it within 1 day, it might be an unlucky day, and then you have bad data. You always want to spread it throughout at least 5 to 7 days. So in our scenario, you could decide to set the testing budget to $30 per day, because this way you would spend $120 within 4 days and $90 within 3 days, and you could make a judgment within this time frame. If you're on a small budget, you could also set it to, let's say, $10 and then just let it run for 8 to 12 days. You would have the exact same result. Actually, you would have even better data because this is stretched out over a longer time frame. And just a lucky day or an unlucky day don't really influence your performance too much. The only important thing you have to understand is that if you have a small budget, you will pay more time to test. In our example, you can't just set a $10 per day budget and say after 2 or 3 days, okay, I think this is working or not. This would be just a wild assumption. So either way, it either takes you a lot of time to test on small budgets, or you just have to spend more money within a shorter time frame to get your data quicker and to be able to test more ads. Now, if you have a way bigger budget, let's say 10K for testing per month or 20K, and you think, well, if I set it to $30 per day, I'm nowhere near spending as much as I want to spend on testing. Well, in that case, it doesn't really make sense to pump even more money into ads. What you want to do instead is just simply increasing the testing volume. So if you spend $30 per day on testing one new ad concept, but want to spend $300 per day on testing, you can simply test 10 new ad concepts every single day. Because in the end, the more you test, the more likely you will find winning ads that can scale your brand at KPI. Now, if you want someone to help you with exactly that and finding new winning ads at a high pace that will scale your brand, click the first link in the description. I can help out with that. But if you're on a low budget and want to test more ads without spending too much time on it, check out also this video where I explain exactly how you can run a system that only spends on winning ads, and by doing that allows you to throw in way more ad concepts into your ad account and test more profitably. Keep scaling. Bye.